Hello Internet! Welcome to Polygamy, the perfect mixture between Half-Life and Second Life. Now, over the past few weeks I've been talking a lot about polyamory in video games, how they've done them wrong and how they've done them right. Today I'd actually like to talk to you guys about something that's got me a little excited coming up in 2016, and something that has occurred previously, though not to quite as, in my opinion, an exciting extent. And that is mobile gaming. Now, I know what you guys are probably thinking. Wow, another fan of Angry Birds and Bejeweled, but I'm here to tell you that's not quite correct. Now, I'll admit, my interest in mobile gaming didn't kick in until around the time in November, I believe, of 2015, when Pokemon Go was announced for the following year. I've got to say, that was the single most exciting moment I've had as far as anything mobile gaming goes. I've played a few mobile games, but to hear that Pokemon was semi coming to the real world, that had me just so ecstatic. So I put on my investigator's cap and I went to work because I wanted to know how this game would end up. After a little bit of snooping around, I found that the Pokemon game was being created by Nintendo and a small company called Niantic. Now, some of you may not have heard of Niantic. They've worked on a project previously known as Ingress, and at the time, I had no idea about this game. But as soon as I found out about it, it got me excited. Ingress is a game that uses your GPS coordinates in order to place you on a map in the real world. You go to local historical places and you capture portals and collect portal keys to connect your portals together. You're part of a team globally, and as you capture portals and connect them together and do other various actions, including attacking your opponent's portals, your team's global score increases. You are part of a global gaming effort, and this is the greatest thing I've ever heard of in video games. And this is the team that's taking up Pokemon Go. I was very excited, and I'm still very excited to see what the Ingress team, what Team Niantic is going to do with Pokemon, because Pokemon was a big part of my childhood. I was such a little nerd. I had a lot of Pokemon cards. I played a lot of the different games. Well, not a lot. I played like Stadium and Snap and Red and Blue and Gold and Silver. I kind of lost interest after Gold and Silver, though I will admit to still playing Gold and Silver when I have them and when I have the time. So you think I might be happy hearing about Ingress and Team Niantic working on Pokemon Go. Think maybe that's good enough. I can stop here, be happy until Pokemon Go comes out. No, that's not how my mind works. I had to keep researching. See, has anyone else done this before? Are there any other mobile games? Wait, are there mobile online games? What's going on here? Why haven't I heard of this before? Why isn't RuneScape on my phone yet? Now, for those of you who are probably scratching your head and going, well, don't you watch television? Generally, no. I am aware of games like Game of War, I think it's called, and Castle Crashers, whatever. It's got Vikings in it. Those don't quite qualify for what I'm talking about. No, what I'm talking about is a game like RuneScape or WoW on your phone. This has to exist somewhere. But where? While continuing to do my research, I've ran into a game called Parallel Kingdoms, which I tried for a little bit. I didn't really understand. I think it's supposed to be some sort of strategy game thing. Maybe you go on adventures. I looked at the screen, I couldn't tell what was going on, and it just lost my interest really quickly. This might have been partly my fault. It might have been the video game's fault. I don't know. I just didn't understand. I did find Minecraft for the phone, but having the ability to play Minecraft on the computer versus your phone versus your Xbox, it's just not as great of an experience. So, and I did come across games like Summoner's War, which I do still play. I came across a handful of other games, probably by the same company or by Zynga, because, they have just such a market for mobile games, but none of these games had the experience I was looking for. But I'll tell you, I did eventually come across one game that I saw for mobile that has me excited, about as excited as Pokemon Go, and that game is called Albion Online. Albion Online is apparently going to be a hardcore survival MMO on your phone. You can do a lot of things, like you have to collect food and chop wood and build stuff. It's apparently seemingly going to be maybe a more RPG heavy Minecraft. Now I know you guys may be wondering, what does all of this have to do with polyamory? Polyamory is the name of the channel. There's got to be some connection here. Guys, the connection between these games and polyamory is very simple. These are games that involve the real world and have a much greater scale that they can appeal to. I hear so often people complaining that their significant other doesn't play video games with them, that it's boring or something to not want to play video games with your significant other, but this other person doesn't want to be attached to a computer literally all day. They don't want to be attached to the stigma, maybe, of being an online gamer. But these games change that. In games like Pokemon Go and Ingress, they have you walking around your town, maybe walking around to different cities and looking around, and it's already happened to me. I've already been going through my town and saw something on my map, saw a portal, and I'm like, well, what's this then? And I walk up to a thing, and while I'm hacking the portal, I'm like, I've never even noticed this thing here before. This is an entire building that I've walked past for the past 3 years. How have I not noticed this? This was not possibly here yesterday. For games like Albion Online, you're going to be able to connect to a new player base, and those are the people who don't want to be on the computer, who do not want to play a console, who just want to sit there on their phone. You're going to be able to pick this game up for 5 minutes out of your day, go chop some wood, maybe send it to your friend because you don't actually feel like playing, and you're going to be able to contribute. So what does this have to do with polyamory? Does it actually involve polyamorous characters? Yes and no. Because these are games about the real world, about real people, about interacting in new and real ways. I've already connected to a group locally who plays Ingress religiously. I've gone online and I have found groups of people who had no social circle before they started to play Ingress. But since they started playing, they've developed this whole new world of social interactions. They've discovered new things about themselves. They've found that they have the ability to coordinate with others, and they've found fulfillment in things that the normal world would not allow them to. This coming year is going to be very exciting, at least for me, with mobile gaming, with games like Pokemon Go being released, with Albion Online being released, with Ingress. I'm going to continue playing that as I can, just building new social circles, meeting new people, going to these amazing events if I can, and I hope that at least some of you guys will download these games, find these new social circles, become ingratiated into this new culture. But that's all I have time for today. I apologize for this episode running a bit long. I was just so excited about the new things that I had learned. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button down below. If you like what you see here, don't forget to subscribe. You can also follow us on Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter, I do believe. In the meantime, this has been Alex with Polygamey. Love you, and goodbye.